Louisiana beer reviews. Farewell to Canada, Guinness Extra Stout. Traditionally brewed in New Brunswick, Canada. Product of Canada. But goodbye, because it's being phased out. Now, I remember Chad McGee and I believe Lee Russell, also Hogley, they were talking last year about, oh yeah, they're going to stop making Guinness in Canada under contract, and they said Moosehead was doing it. I said, okay, and then nothing happened. So I said, I don't know, maybe they got bad information. And then you see a previous video I did. I was in the store Friday, and I saw an unusual shaped Guinness bottle. If you look at that video, the Guinness 5% Extra Stout. I said, this. I was in Rouse's, and I said, this is strange. I said 11.2 ounces, and then it said product of Ireland, malt liquor. I said, oh, something's up. So I immediately bought it, and I got on the Guinness website, and I did the research, and they're saying made in Ireland, 5%. I said, 5%? They always said it was 6%, the Extra Stout. But I think whatever's on the shelf here, that's it. I was at Rouse's in a different part of New Orleans today, the West Bank side. Most of the city is on the east bank of the Mississippi River, but a pretty good portion of it is on the west bank. They call that Algiers, but it's part of the city of New Orleans. And I was in Rouse's there on General de Gaulle Boulevard, and they were delivering beer. Actually, when I went into the store about 10:40 a.m., and the beer guys were there, spilling a whole thing of Miller High Life, by the way, cans all over the floor. But anyway, I was buying this, and the guy asked me if I was looking for something. I told him about it, and he said, oh, okay. He didn't act like he knew anything about it, but the delivery guys don't usually, they just deliver it, right? So all the stuff they were bringing in was the new bottle, okay, the 11.2 ounce bottle. So I said, one last go round with the Canadian Guinness Extra Stout, and that's it. So farewell. You did a good job, Moosehead. Some people complained. I heard them saying it's not the same. I couldn't say if it was the same, because I don't think I ever had it besides the Canadian brewed that I recalled. And you know, the draft, yeah, the draft cans and the draft bottles, because that always did come from era. But so we're getting a smaller bottle now with less alcohol, some value. Looks like old Guinness, that brown, now they say ruby red under light, and they say that on the website, and it is. It's that beige head. I wish the light wasn't going behind those trees. It's too low, but it is December. The sun is too low, I'm saying. Got up to about 74 today, 73 or 74 degrees today. Now, on the Diageo website for the foreign Extra Stout, they're saying they use maize and sorghum. Maize, corn, they call that in Europe. We call it corn, they say maize. Now, the other areas of the Guinness.com, whether it's England or Canada, the US, and you'll see all kind of different products, especially the Canadian website, they have all kind of stuff that we don't get. What is the one, the special export, 8% alcohol? We get the foreign extra, 7.5, but they don't mention maize. But I noticed the way they talk about the ingredients is a little funny. They'll say, we use water, barley, and hops. But I noticed nowhere did they say we use only water, barley, and hops. So I'm curious if I'm just getting it wrong. But I remember Corona Extra used to always say that. We use water, barley, malt, and hops. But they would never say only. And then turns out later they revealed, and well, yeah, we use corn. Yeah. Because usually companies will say we use only these ingredients, and they'll tout it. You know, we brew according to the German purity law, or it's an all malt product, but they don't make that claim. So whether it uses corn or not, I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't taste corny. I know there's a rumor they use, look at how the head's breaking up. They use a sour beer in the mix. And I know they make the Foreign Extra Stout in Jamaica. They make it in Canada, or that's being closed out. In Ireland. And it's made in other parts of the world, apparently, and very big in Africa. But that's the Foreign Extra Stout. That they drink that, you know, they want the malt liquor in Africa. I mean the real malt liquor, you know, 7.5%. I don't know where this 5% they want to call it malt liquor. Doesn't say that on the bottle here. Natural ingredients. Okay, certainly this Canadian version, and maybe I should have bought some and done a side-by-side. That could be an idea, huh? People that watch my videos might be like, not another Guinness video. Forget that idea. There's a noticeable hop bitterness at the back end of the sip. I mean, it's quite noticeable. I don't know what the IBU is on Guinness Extra Stout, but I have to believe it must be rather high. There's the creaminess, there's the char from the fairly dark roasted malts. There's a little lactic type thing going on, which making me think, you know, or sour, I don't know, but I've had people say Guinness, that's just, you know, macro garbage, and or someone said ghetto beer or something. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, whether it's world class, I don't know about that, but it's a world classic. It's malty, it's sweet. The mouthfeel isn't too heavy, but it's pretty full on the Extra Stout, even more so on the Foreign Extra. I'd love to try the Extra. There's one called Guinness Extra Smooth. It's like this, but it's extra smooth. There's the red, which we only got that once, called the Fall Harvest, which was wonderful. And there's others that we do get, but they were so expensive I kind of avoided them. Like the one in the box, the 1759. I think there's some variants in China and Japan. Same thing with Pabst Blue Ribbon and Budweiser. You go to China, there's all kind of Budweiser and Pabst beers that are only sold there. Noticeable hot bitterness, very malty. I've drank a lot of beers from around the world that were, or you could say, are world class. Guinness, to me, is right up there with them. It is really one of the fantastic beers of the world. It's not in the book that I own called 300 Beers to Have Before You Die, but I think it should be in there. It is really one of the 300 beers to have before you die. Now there's the weaker 4% version they have in England, and the draft here is 4.2. The one that you're supposed to drink straight out the bottle, the bottle draft, I'm not in love with that one, but I think they're all just fabulous. This is fabulous, and it's probably the last time I'll have it unless I do that little project, the side-by-side, but it's been popular worldwide for over 200 years. Now the Extra Stout, what did they say it was invented in? Like 1859, something like that. It was later. It's later. I know the draft wasn't until 1958. But it's popular for a reason. It's because it's delicious. And you might say it's marketing. It's marketing. I don't know. Doesn't hurt. Marketing helps. Marketing is good. But I think its popularity is really based on merit. It tastes wonderful. And I appreciate my daughter bringing me this mug back from Ireland, Irish Republic, 2014. So, laissez les bon temps rouler. So long, farewell. I guess I'll miss you. I'll miss that 12 ounces as opposed to 11.2. I'll miss the 6% as opposed to 5. Other people will say, thank goodness it's back to Ireland where it should be. Okay, maybe so. Thank you for watching this video. Production